Good morning, everybody. Just going to get my other bits and bobs set up. Make sure we're looking okay. Sounding okay.
Oh, right, okay. I'll be with you when I'm...
Move a little bit that way. There we go. Okay. Bring that up a little bit. Try and stop the glare. Morning, everybody. Ooh, hello.
Sorry,
That'll
you
be
just
me.
listen to Phillipa.
Just gonna get my other bits and bobs. Share this to the group. No.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Good morning, Julie. Thank you. Good morning, Jax. Get myself comfy. There we go. I know a few people have got other things going on this morning. Be able to catch up and watch whenever you like.
Right, I'll see what messages.
Pull my sleeves up. Get ready to get stuck in. There we go. That's better.
I'll be with you in a minute. I can't see the messages.
Good evening, Wendy.
Sorry, people.
A few technical issues this end, I think. Okay. Well, we'll start. Yes, thank you, Wendy. How are you? Good morning, Christine. Okay, so I'll just run through quickly what I'm using, what we're going to be doing. I will pop a PDF onto the group in the files section, so you've got something to refer back to. But that's the good thing about the videos, isn't it? You can always pause and rewind and watch it over. Okay, so today, good morning, Gail. Has it, Wendy? Temperatures over there have been crazy, haven't they?
You can have some of our cold weather if you want.
And I've got family in America and they've been in the minus 30 odd. I know. It's gone so quick. I came up on my memories the other day. It started about 2 years ago with the Technique Tuesdays. It has flown by. Oh. Hi, Leslie. Okay, so like I said last time when we've been making our auto playing cards, it's nice to have something to keep them in. So over the years we've been collecting quite a few of these metal tins. This might look familiar, Julie. So obviously, as long as you find a size that's the right for what you're going to be keeping in it. I've got a fair few of the cards inside this one. Haven't decorated inside this one, but you can do. Ooh. So they're all tucked away nicely in there, and then I've popped a bit on the inside as well. This is true, Jax. No rain at the moment. Just got playing cards spelled out in there. What I will say is I never cover the tin on the inside edge or the top edge, because this is where you're going to be taking the lid on and off, and it adds too much bulk to it and doesn't create a very you know, neat edge to it at all. So you're better off just leaving that, because it will just scrape. So this is what we're replicating today. Look at that, my feed is going to take forever, I think, before it catches up with what I'm doing. There we go. So pop that to one side. Found another tin which will obviously fit the playing cards. So we're going to get this covered. Thank you, Wendy. Good morning, Jane. Put that to one side for now. Okay, so I've gone ahead and prepped quite a lot, because it does get a bit technical with things, putting things together. We will create another surface, but I've got some flowers and leaves already stamped and die cut from craft, and using some pine cone versifying Claire to stamp with, so it keeps the colour family. Good morning, Penny. Thank you, Julie. Okay. So these obviously are from the Perfectly Pretty collection. And all I've done is I've gone in and cut up to the middle and edged around the leaves there, so we can curl and shape them later, but we'll be colouring these in as well. I've also done the same with the letters I need from Hazel's Square Alphabet Medley stamp and the coordinating die, so I've got a few of these done out as well. Okay, we'll also be using the Backgrounds 3 stencil this time. I mean, it's the same process that we did last time, but on a larger scale, so I just thought it'd be interesting to see it on a larger scale. You'll want some of the mini playing cards if that's what you're going for. If you're not going to be using it for playing cards, then just go for whatever decoration you like. And I've just put a light coat of gesso across each one of these, because we're going to add some oxide ink to those later, and obviously because it's a shiny surface, it won't stick, so you just need something so it adheres to it. Good morning, Wendy. No problem. Like I said, you need an old tin large enough for whatever you're popping in it. I've got some A4 mixed media cartridge paper, the one that I always use, so that's what we're going to be decorating onto. You'll need a surface obviously big enough to cover all the insides and outsides and everything. I've got some acrylic paints, white gesso, got a large brayer this time, it's a little one. Good morning, Maxine. Craft card, like I said, to stamp onto, because I'm using brown, so I think it's quite nice to tie it all in together. You need your normal bits and bobs, die cutting machine, stamp platform. Today we're going to be using, just bring these up, the Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils to colour in on the craft, because it keeps the colour beautifully. And back. Got some distress oxides. I will be using frayed burlap and antique linen just to pop on the cards. That's fine, Christy, no worries. Usual pencil, ruler, scissors, pokey tool, and we're going to be using red liner tape and glue today. Okay, so let's start with our painting. So practically the same as last time, just on a larger scale. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to get things across on this one. So I've got 3 different colours of paints. Let's get some. Usually start with the darker of the shades first. And I come in, pick this up. Don't have to be precise. We are just going in, making backgrounds exactly like we did before. Doesn't matter if we get it on the back either, because that's going to be covered up. Take as much of it off the brayer as well. Across here. If you feel like you want a little bit more, just on the other side there, that's fine. But we will be adding to it. Okay, so that's the Stamperia Allegro paint in Cookie. Just depends what. No, you can't eat it. No, not a good idea. Take a lot of that off the brayer, and this blends it all in nicely as well. Okay. Just give this a quick wipe up. Just a bit of a wipe off on there. So, look a little bit odd at the moment, but it will all come together. Going to give this a quick blast. Only a very thin layer of paint on here anyway. Takes hardly any time at all to dry. Good morning, Catherine. On the other side as well. Move on to our next colour. Got this lovely blue, powder blue. Going with some slightly different colours. I don't know if you realised it or not, but the initial tin I used for this is the background that we made the last time, so I thought I'd make use of that. We're going to go for some different colours this time. Again, I'm just going to go over, blend that across. It's quite satisfying doing this. Okay, give that another little clean. We're blending it all together anyway, but you don't really want to be creating mud still, so it's best to clean up in between and dry off each layer. Let's give this another quick blast. What am I using? I'm using acrylic paints onto some cartridge paper. Anything like this paper is going to be better because it will bend and shape to whatever you're covering. We are going to be covering a tin to keep the playing cards in, or whatever you'd like to keep in a tin. Christine's back. Hi Jeanette, how are you? Don't worry about that curling, it soon pops back. And then one final colour, got a nice green. This is a Dina Wakley. So it doesn't matter what paints you've got, you can mix them all together. Okay, mix some of this up. You could use inks instead of paints if you haven't got them. Literally just coming in, adding splotches. Again, just going over, taking as much of the brayer onto the paper as possible. Blend that across. Go. Tidy this bit up. Wouldn't normally do anything painty onto a glass mat, but the glare is too much doing a live, so that's why I use this one, but it comes off a lot better. But everything cleans up nicely anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Okay, give this another blast. Reminds me of camouflage. So it's kind of like creating a mini masterboard because we're going to be cutting into it using different parts. But we've got our own background paper ready to go. As it's quite a random design, it's going to look totally different once it's stuck down and in place. As you know, this is something I really like doing. You could, of course, as we're making altered art, you could use pages from books or anything like that, really, instead of using paper, just ordinary paper. Just going to come in with a little bit of gesso now, and this really will blend everything in together. On the brayer as possible, just very lightly. This just tones it all down, makes a nice base for the next stage. tidy up. It's always good to have some gesso in your stash.
Always.
Comes in useful for so many things. Let's get that out of the way. Not just yet.
Okay.
Take that down, shove that in the sink later real quick. And gesso is a chalk paint, so you get that lovely matte finish with it. It does, doesn't it? It makes a huge difference. Makes it a lot more, I don't know, cohesive. Would that be the right word?
No.
And it's not as intense as if you used ordinary acrylic paint. That would just cover it really. That bit done. Okay. So next I'm going to come back in with that lovely blue paint and bring that out. Okay, I'm going to use this section of the Backgrounds 3 stencil to add in different areas of pattern across the whole page. Put a dab down there, got my stencil brush, start over here, don't have to be too precise about it, take a bit off because you don't want too much on the brush.
Julie, can we have a bigger stencil, please?
Demanding, isn't he? Apologies for the tapping. Just going to come in and add across the top there. I'm going to turn it round this way, so horizontal and vertical. A bit, take some of that off. You can follow either where there's slightly lighter areas, where there's not blue. Bring that in. Across this way. Down here. Just keep moving it around. A little bit over this side. So we're bringing that blue colour to the fore. Turn that around. Make life easier for myself.
Well,
Well, yeah, that's true. As you can see, I'm just sort of going over the lighter areas or areas without the blue. I'll try and use this paint up now. I don't want to put any more out. And there's plenty on the stencil there anyway. There we go. Right. So if my lovely assistant would like to take.
yeah. People, I'll see you later. Bye.
get these into water straight away. Dry that off, clean this up.
God, what I'd do for you.
Saves me having to go off and leave you while I go and clear it up. Okay, so that's the painting. Then we would leave this to dry, and then we can come into this and cut the different sections that we need. That's quite a quick and easy way to get a background ready. Right, pop that over to dry. I'll be using that again for something else. And as I said, I've already gone ahead and cut out my sections, because otherwise we'd be here for Okay, so depending on how much of the tin you want to cover, depends on how much you do. And of course the sizes are going to be completely different, because your tin will be a different size to the tin that I'm using. So what I do, so we need a couple for the top, got a piece of paper, turn it over, so I would draw around the top twice. When you're covering the very top, you want to leave quite a nice border all the way around, because we're going to cut into that so it will go over the edges. Hi Anne, don't worry. You can see that. So we've got little notches cut in all the way around here, which will fold over the top, and it makes it much neater. So you need to leave a nice border around that one. Second one, cut right around. Once you've cut around the edge, you can come in. If there's any overspill, you can crease into that and cut around to make sure that it's got a nice tight fit. And the same with the bottom. You can either put one in there or pop one in here. It's entirely up to you how much you want of that you want to decorate. You also need to measure the sides. So I'm not going to use to cover the top part, as we said, because it just gets caught when you're taking the lid on and off. So you want to measure so that it covers around the bottom section, and make sure you've got enough to go all the way around. And the same with the lid, you're going to want to measure so you've got enough to cover right around the lid edge all the way around. Okay, so once you've got all those cut out, up the way, so it's quite easy to do, just drawing around things. I've gone ahead and stuck my red liner tape on the back of everything. I did that this morning just to save a bit of time. There we go. So if we start with the inside of the lid first, because then that's easier to assemble. I wrote on the back of everything so I knew what I was doing. That's my little bin ready for the lovely red liner. It's a good idea with these, just to make sure they're easy to get on and off. Give them a good burnish down first. And I've got some of these pointy edge tweezers to take this off, rather than trying to fiddle about with my fingers. I have found, mind you, because it's so so full of static, if you put some hand cream on first, that helps with the static issue with red liner tape. I'm going to pop some glue on as well, because we're sticking paper to metal. It needs that little extra bit of oomph. Put that on the inside. Press that down. Make sure that's nicely stuck. It won't go anywhere now. It's going to adhere straight away because we've put the double-sided tape on. I think we'll pop just a bit on the bottom of this one. Didn't bother with the other one, but I think it'll look nice. It is worth taking the time to do this. You can see with red liner tape that there's no blotches or air pockets under there. It is easier to get the tape off, she says. There we go. Again, a bit of glue as well, just to help everything stay in place. Nice firmed out. There we go. And then top of our lid. So like I said, I drew around it first, then all the way up to the pencil line. I've cut little notches all the way around, just so we can fold that over and make it nice and neat. Take these off. If you wanted to with the top, you could add some more tape across going the other way, but that should be fine. Ah, that's a good idea, Anne. Thank you for that. Static is so annoying with it. Okay, I'm going to leave that flat. I'm going to bring this in over the top this time. Line that up. That's a really good idea, thank you. Should have to remember that. There we go. Just going to firm this over. It's coming over the edge, so it makes it easier when we're turning the corners and edges over. Get that bend in. And this is why it's easier to use paper rather than card. So, make sure that's going to bend over nicely. And we can check. So if you want to trim any of the sides, now's the time to do it. I'm never quite sure until you actually get it on there. Let's take a little bit off. Just so we're neat and tidy. Haven't got too much bulk. That should be fine. There we go. And then all we need to do now, get some more of the red liner tape. I think we're going to have to get some more. I'm going to stick it directly to the tin. Down as we go. You can see that okay. It's nearly running out. I've been using a lot of the red liner tape just recently. It's all right, I've got. I won't run out today.
Just like magic.
Firm that down. Peel that off. There we go, that's not too bad. And then just come in. Start from one edge. Come back over. We can trim up if we need to. Just doing a little bit at a time. Don't forget we're going to be covering around the edge again anyway. This makes it much neater along the top edge there. Doesn't give you any harsh lines when you look at the finished thing. Okay, give it another nice firm down. Any of the overlap, just put a little bit of glue on there. Firm that off again. Make sure that's all stuck. Again, just put another bit of glue on there. Work that in. Mould it around. That's going to give us a nice, neater finish than doing just a piece on the top and a bit round the edge. That's it. More glue on there. That's it. Put that in place a minute, let it stick. Okay, so I hope you can see that's got that nice edge to it now. It's boring that up. There we go. So for our edge, got these nice pieces here. I've already cut to size. I didn't have enough to cover all the way around without cutting two separate pieces, but that's not a problem at all. Okay, so we make sure we come in right up to the edge at the bottom there. Get rid of the messy edge. to leave a slight gap at the top there so I had room to take off the tape. Otherwise I'd have been fiddling about forever. Get that in the pot. Get a slight overlap there, that's fine. Come in, butt it up right to the edge, firm that down. Get that right next to the edge. And that will cover everything up nicely for us. Around to that side. We've been holding on to it. It might have lost a bit of its sticky, so I just put a bit of glue on there and bring that in. Put that in place a minute. Just make sure we firm that all in together so it blends in. So that's our lid. To say, I wouldn't put anything in here because it's just going to get in the way when we come for opening and closing. And then we got the same here. Do the bigger bit first, I think, this time. Depends how much tape you need to put on, what width of tapes you've got as well. So you might need to put 2 strips on. So I'm going to start here, go right to that edge at the bottom. Firm that down, come round this way, right up to that edge there. And we'll bring it in this way, a little bit at a time. That's all right, Donna, don't worry, hope everything's all right. And bring that in, smooth this down. Make sure that's hugging the tin nicely. Then we've got another bit we can pop in to line everything up.
Oh, Sarah Edison's watching.
Oh, hiya, Sarah. Put that into there. We'll cover that edge nicely. I haven't shot you yet, I just hope not.
Oh,
So that lines
no
that
one's
up.
shot Donna up there.
Not yet.
Oh, can't do that.
Who would dare?
I know.
Who would dare? And if you want to pop some on the inside, we can. Not completely necessary, but it's nice to see. And again, why we're using paper, not card, because it'll be so much easier to maneuver into the tight space. Okay, so I'll come in, bend it a little bit. Sit it into there. Really going to be able to see this. We'll leave that bit there. Come in, just move a little bit around at a time. Line the bottom of the paper up with the bottom of the tin. Just move that slowly around. Come back in this way. Just keep going around slowly until that's all stuck. I haven't covered the inside of this one because I think the playing cards is going to be in there anyway, so it will be covered up. We don't want anything to detract too much from the little pieces of artwork we've made. Again, bend it ready, come in on the middle, pop that in. Press that into there, like making pastry, lining a pie tin or something. And we've got that in there all nice and snug, that won't go anywhere. And because we've left those areas free of paper, that lid's going to come off nice and easily, and the silver matches nicely with our colourway. Okay, move that out of the way. I'll do myself a mischief. So next up we've got our flowers and our playing cards and our words.
That's beautiful. Can you just leave it like that?
You could just leave it like that, depends what you want to do with it. So like I said, I put just a light coat of gesso with a brayer across these so that we can add some ink onto them. So, stop to me jumping, not so good. Got some antique linen first. And this will bring it into the same colours that we're using. It'll match in nicely with the craft card and the brown that's in the background paper. Just going to come in like we would anything else. The gesso will help the ink stick to the cards itself. Oh, I've got to get myself a bit of kitchen towel. Take well. This is true. It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it, red line? So, but we've had some lovely handy hints and tips today. So hopefully, this is. I mean, I haven't covered a tin or made anything with a tin for ages, so it was nice to go back. But yeah, once you get into the habit of doing it, I'm just going to take some of that excess off of the top. So that's sticking to it quite nicely. And we've got the gesso on there. Give that a little bit of a wipe up. And I'm going to go in around the edge with some frayed burlap. Still keeping the colours quite light. Just enough to show. What's that?
You make it look so easy.
It's something I enjoy doing, and as I said, I hadn't done any of the tins for ages.
Should probably still get myself untangled from the red tape.
We haven't got to be too neat and tidy about this, because it is supposed to look old and distressed anyway. So there we go. Put these away. It's all in keeping with our browns.
See what happens when you try and use the gesso. It just works.
So we can come back in. Some of that. Got the paw print on there now. My finger's wet. That's fine. Okay, then we're going to arrange the. I think I'll have that one on the top. Just have them so they're fanned out. So I'm going to glue these in place first before we stick them on top, just so we can get our arrangement
Oh, can we do that when we're playing cards?
nicely. Yeah, glue them in. And the ace of spades on top, because that's an iconic shape and card. And we can come in, pop this on the top, stick them all down. Put them up in that corner. Red liner tape. I mean, it's so handy.
Yeah.
And once it's stuck, it will stick forever. I prefer using it to hot glue, because I find very often with hot glue, especially in changes of temperature, it can become brittle and things just come off anyway. There we go. Using the tissue, not my finger, so we don't get any marks. Good evening, Bev. Oh. You can catch up with us whenever you like. Okay, so while that finishes sticking, we can do some colouring in, which is always lovely. Just got a selection of the flowers here. It's just going to be the one flower, but I thought if we do some layers with different flowers, it gives it a different look altogether. And then we've got our letters as well to go on the inside. So I thought we'd go in with the blue. Let's see. Let's pick out some of the colours. I'll bring these in. You can see them a bit better. But these, obviously, because they're made for going onto black card, they'll be great for going onto the craft as well. Start off with the darker of the colours for the middle. Hi, Joe. No problem. Take me forever to pick out my colours. So Nothing too fancy. I'll bring this up in a minute so you can see it properly. Just some quick colouring, and the colour shows really nicely on the craft. Come in with a bit darker colour, a bit of shading in the middle there, just to give it some depth. And in the middle there. There we go. So just some really quick and easy colouring in. But that colour is going to work beautifully onto the craft card. Sorry, but I'm going to have to wait an age for my feed to catch up. I don't know why it takes so long. There we go. So we started with the darkest for the centre, then we'll get lighter as we go down. So we'll hang on to that one. Another one. Just going to come in, very quick colouring. We just want the colour down really. Not worry too much about giving it highlights or shades or anything like that. I just thought it would be nice to see the colouring onto the craft. It can be difficult sometimes to get that colour coming through onto anything that's not white. But these pencils are ideal really. It's nice to use pencils for a change. There's the darker in there and around the edge. I hope everyone's enjoying the new collection. It's definitely one of my favourites. You could add in some metallic pen to this if you wanted to. That would look lovely, especially as we're working onto a tin. That one, put that one away. Might do that actually. Let's see if I've got one to hand. Got a nice silver here. Don't need to worry about colour in the middle because that's going to be covered up. Let's add some silver into these. That'll look pretty. Yeah. They all become favourites, don't they? As soon as another one comes out, that's a favourite. Put some on here as well. Just something different. These are just really basic gel pens from the supermarket. Now we're going to get lighter again. Should we go for that one? I think I'm going to come in. It's great, isn't it? I only thought about it the other. I mean, I've had these pencils quite a while, but I only thought the other day when I thought that I'd like to use craft for this. I thought, ah, I've got those pencils for the black. And I really love layering up the different flowers to make a whole new flower. I should think the amount of different flowers you could probably create is infinite. You can put them in different combinations. Come in again, a bit darker.
Did Julie love the pencils then?
You're just saying about these black ones.
Yeah.
Around the edge. As you can see, I'm not being that neat and tidy about it. That's the whole feel of this project. It's nice to just have a bit of quiet colouring time. Put some silver onto this as well, I think. Tie that in. It will show up really nicely on this card. There as well. No problem. Glad you could join us.
Oh, I want to go and do a workshop at a bank.
Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Lovely.
Okay. And then the last one, get a really nice light colour for this. Exactly the same thing. You don't have to graduate the colours like I am. You could do each one a different colour if you wanted to. Does anybody have anything crafty planned for today?
Yeah,
Rest of the week.
The wheels up.
Got 2 flat tyres. I know, 2. Could only happen to us, couldn't it?
Yeah.
The same as we did on the last one. Give that a bit of a sharpen.
Oh yes, job. Phillipa's car. Phillipa's the driver.
I'm the only one that can drive it.
I drive her up the wall, Joe.
Yes, on Friday. That sounds great.
Oh, can we go?
Jeanette, you've got that to look forward to on Friday.
You'll be lucky, Joe.
Off-roading.
Yeah, we're going to that beach,
Well.
Joe. What you mentioned yesterday.
Mind you, the state of our roads, you might as well be off-roading, the amount of potholes. It's that does it. It's shameful, isn't it?
Individual with Julie. Go for the whole collection.
Is it not? Oh. Do you think it's some sort of worldwide conspiracy to... well, goodness knows. Potholes everywhere. Okay, let's get some nice silver on these. Considering these were such a cheap buy, they're really lovely metallic pens. So if anybody shops at Asda, kids stationery bit.
You love that place.
That's the place to go. Okay, we'll pop some of the green into our leaves. Oh, it's shocking, it really is.
Not bad. Ours are bigger. It takes about 10 workmen just to fix ours.
Some nice light colour onto here. Green will be lovely to show up. Yay, Julie's live tomorrow. Put another colour underneath. What colour shall we have? We'll go for that one. Doesn't really matter. As you can see, you can layer these colours over the top of each other, which is great. Oh my goodness. So it's more like a sinkhole than a pothole. I love this one. This particular leafy poddy. Like a seed head, isn't it? Love this leaf. Very random colouring. If we want to, we can just accentuate the middle. But you don't need to, like so. And then we're just going to give these a bit of colour as well. Yeah, I think that's the thing now as well, isn't it? People planting things in the potholes. I hope I haven't lost any of my letters. That will be annoying. Come in with some of the lighter colours. Just make sure I've got them all. Do some few different colours, that shows up better. I N E.
What is it? Can you ever get time to come on?
Oh. Yes, and another two colours. I might pop a green in there just to be different. Lighten things up.
The roads don't sound good for feathers.
No, they don't, do they? Doesn't make sense, does it? That's all. Let's go for that nice bright one. Already, what am I doing? Could go around the edges as well if you wanted to. They're all coloured in, aren't they? Yeah. Right. Now we can finish, stick everything on. So I'll put the inside on first because we need to press down onto there. Spot a glue, get my tweezers onto it, make life easier.
Shouldn't I have the weed going out of the pot or someone put on.
That's good.
Yeah.
I do like the Australian sense of humour. Gonna stagger these a little bit.
We're watching a lot of Australian TV at the moment, aren't we?
We're a bit obsessed with
Lego
Lego Masters Australia at the moment. Going to do these higgledy-biggledy. You can do them straight if you like. If wonky or higgledy-biggledy freaks you out, that's fine. Nice and flat. I'm going to start with the middle one. That's fine. Catch up later. Yeah, I'll be putting some pictures on as well when I add the file. Have a good day, Donna.
Oh, is our Donna gone? Yeah. Oh. Take care, Donna.
Last one. There we go. Playing cards. Now we're going to flip this over and build up our flower. I'm just going to come in, going to bend these up. With this one, I'm going to go with the pokey tool, put that underneath, down the middle, and bend over. The way you bend them as well will give them different looks. This is why the flower and leaves and matching stamp and that sets are so useful. Into here, just hold that down while it sticks. And then with this one, but instead of bending over, we're going to bend up. And we're going to come in, poke it all on the top, down the middle, bend up. So we've got Julie live tomorrow. Thank you, Jeanette, at 10:30 here. Thursday I shall be putting the album on to the group for everyone to put the pictures of their CAS cards into that they've swapped. That's been lovely, thank you. So I'm going to offset that with the flower underneath. You could leave it at just this. This looks really pretty. Next flower again, just fold this up into the middle. Do these over. Poke it all down the middle, underneath, fold either side. Which way shall we have it? That way. Put that into the middle. This is building up nicely. And then our little one, and those up. Just gonna pop the pokey tool underneath, curl that down. A little bit of glue. Middle, just use the end of my tweezers to hold that in place. Could use a small ball tool to do that as well. And that's created a really cute flower. A little ball tool, it's probably better to. There we go. And we got our leaves. We can put that there. Now if we want to take a bit off, we can. It comes down a bit more. Just going to come under, like we did with the flowers, underneath, fold over, give those a bit of shape. Glue on a little bit on the bottoms of each leaf so they stick. And I'll tuck in under there. In place. Thank you, Penny. Try and do something a bit different, as it's good to see different techniques and ways of using all the gorgeous products we've got. Just going to come in again. Fold that over. We've got a nice flat bit on the bottom there that we can use to glue. Let's tuck it under this bit first. That's it. Tuck that right in so it doesn't poke over the edge of the tin too much. You know, the Technique Tuesdays are not so much about quick or, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Not because they are easy still and simple, but something to get your teeth into. One down there, following the line of the playing cards. Stick. If you didn't want to add the playing cards in, if you're not, that's not what you're going to use it for, then of course you could put a sentiment in there. There we go. So that's our tin for today.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, Jenny. There we go. We've got that covered around. You know, I mean, we've got quite a lot of these tins because they are useful for doing things with. That's the original one. Take the lid off of that one. You can see it's got the cards in. That's it. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Leonie. Thank you, Julie. My pleasure. Please don't be scared of anything we do on the Technique Tuesdays.
Just shout any.
Thank you, Penny. If you know, if you want my help with anything that I've covered, just get in touch. That's what we're here for. But it's not as daunting as you might think it is. You could, obviously you don't have to use a metal tin. Any box you've got, like I said, the match boxes as well are great. Oh, thank you. So yeah, obviously do give this a go, even if you would just copy this and pop it onto the front of a card. That's fine, Bev. Thank you, Marion. Thank you all for joining me. It's been lovely as always. I shall be back in a fortnight. It is with a tin again, but for something quite a bit different this time.
Totally different.
We'll be creating a little scene inside the tin. So yeah, thank you, Margaret. So take care, have a great week, whatever you are up to, and I shall see you on a fortnight. See you with Julie tomorrow, and yeah, have a great week, everybody. Stay stay safe, take care.
No, no, no.